The Guggenheim in New York City. What a marvelous building. It's like a flying saucer that was just plopped down next to Central Park in New York. I used to enjoy taking the elevator all the way to the top and then walking down the ramps, watching and viewing what was on the walls, the people milling about. That was actually the opposite of the way Wright envisioned it. He thought visitors would start at the bottom and walk their way up. I loved the red Calder mobile hanging from the ceiling beneath the skylit atrium. It was so graceful. Walking into the atrium was sort of like walking into a temple. There was something incredible about Wright's creation. Frank Lloyd Wright was born in my home state of Wisconsin, in Richland Center. He was basically a rural boy who fell in love with architecture, and all of his architecture was designed to bring the outside in and bring the inside out. He loved light. He wanted to fill spaces with light like they had never been filled before. He was a creative genius. He thought out of the box. He tried to make things nobody had made before. And the Guggenheim is one of the prime examples of what he could do. It's one of Frank Lloyd Wright's masterpieces, something that was a high point of modernism. And now, what has it become? Spectacle. There's a lot of spectacle in contemporary art, we all know that, and it fills the museums, it fills the Guggenheim. Spectacle, it pulls in the crowds, and its product placement, let's admit it. Not only spectacle, but also shock, awe, something to titillate you, something to make you write home to mother about what you saw at the Contemporary Art Museum. And then of course, there's the gold toilet. Come on in, come into the Guggenheim, come sit on our gold toilet and shit on what's titled America. Take a selfie. This is what the Guggenheim has become. I shouldn't be so cynical. Way back in the 1990s, I went to the exhibition on motorcycles that the Guggenheim held. It was quite something. They filled up the entire space with motorcycles from every age. It was something to see. It was glamorous, but it left me a little worried because, we have a Harley Davidson museum in my hometown of Milwaukee, a museum that also has displays of motorcycles, but I wouldn't call it art. We have one with a white square, sort of like the white square in the movie The Square. I bought the catalog, but something bothered me. Something from a scene in The Square. No, not that scene. Not that one.
For instance, if we took your bag and placed it here, would that make it art?
Okay.
Yeah. If we take anything and place it in a museum, does it make it art? Dan Flavin, Jenny Hauser. I like Jenny Hauser's work. It was cool, lighting up the facade of the museum with text. Some things I really love. I actually love a lot of contemporary art. but there's a direction that's going wrong. And it's subverting the cause and the intent of the museum. The museum is not meant to be a place of advertisement. No, I'm not saying that there isn't a tremendous amount of work that goes in to installing something like Maurizio Catlin's exhibition. If you watch this installation, it's incredible. And there's a lot of things. There's a lot to look at. There's a lot to look at. But it becomes sort of a hodgepodge. Is it a display? Is it something that has meaning as a totality? Is it chaos? Is that what we're looking at? Chaos? I'm not quite sure. It's a far cry from Calder's Red Mobile. It's something not quite definable. And now, in our current time, we have a tractor in the Guggenheim, in a new exhibition on the future. We have tomatoes growing in a greenhouse in the Guggenheim. We have displays that look like displays in any mall. They look like displays in malls where buildings have no shops. You have an incredible amount of text, words, so much to read. I don't understand who would take the time to read all of this, and the look of it is a hodgepodge. It looks like you're a poorly furnished shopping mall. Cheap displays. Look at those boards. I don't understand how this can be in the Guggenheim. You have technical displays. They seem to belong more in a trade show. Is this a trade show or is it a museum? There's text and posters and a hay bale and more posters and a hay bale and text. Oh, there's a nice painting on the left, but it's probably digital. And then text and text and text. Text just becomes design. Oh, you have the CCP. I'm actually happy to see Khrushchev and some Soviet art. Oh, why didn't they display some actual Soviet art? Soviet art can be so beautiful. Communist art can be beautiful, even if it was used for propaganda. There was design in it. There was elements of beauty, elements of humanity. Even in the most in-your-face propaganda from the Soviet Union, there was grace, there was power. God knows I'm no communist, but I can appreciate this. I can look at the faces on these people, and I can look at how they feel with the farm machinery in the background, with their land. There's beauty in the design. There's power. There's gorgeousness. And here we have tomato plants and an inside display that looks like a shopping mall. They even put text on the ceiling. My God, where's the Chitra Prasad Bhattacharya? Where's he? That's what I would like to see. Where's the Somnath Hor? Somnath Hor belongs here. Dorothea Lange belongs here. we're going to talk about farmers, how about the outsider artists? So many of them. Look at this one, prisoners working in the cotton fields. My God, it's like there is so much Americana, even American Gothic, even Grant Wood could be brought into an exhibition on farming and the future of farming. And what are we given? We're giving a horrendous display. Carol Walker, oh, Carol Walker, why wasn't she invited to do a commission? Jamie Wyeth, there is such a wealth of art. And what we've got is a trade show. This is a trade show in Gujarat. Look at this trade show in Gujarat. It looks like the inside of the Guggenheim. What the hell, Guggenheim? This is a golden toilet. Return to your roots. Return to your beautiful Calder. Return to art. Return to art and realize that anything you put in a museum does not make it art. It does not make it art. Realize that the Guggenheim is a temple for art.
Challenges in running a museum.
Return to
We're a
that.
museum of modern and contemporary art, so we need to present art that is the art of today, art that is absolutely cutting edge, and the competition is fierce.